What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. This conversation is extremely exciting, at least to me, but I don't want to talk your ear off it, make a whole video on it, so I'm going to condense this conversation. The Winged Dragon of Ra Ghost Rare has had another buyout on it throughout the weekend. We already see some motivated sellers coming in low, while the rest of the prices stay high, and the sealed cases of this are starting to go up too. Why aren't the individual boxes? A lot of people are very privy to the dirty deed that, well, the Winged Dragon of Ra is about one per case. So people were busting open boxes, getting the Ghost Rare, then selling the rest of the boxes in their case. So a sealed case is much nicer, but do be aware, when the big boy vendors were busting caseload after caseload, about 1 out of every 10 cases would not have the Ghost Rare as well. So that's some unlucky bunches of folks. Anyways, going into the new price on this, we see one motivated seller at $235, everybody else holding the line $280 plus, and it was around $300 the other day. And there's something else kind of interesting when we talk about this set. You have the legendary duelist name Merrick on the cover, but it was not legendary duelist in Japan. It wasn't marketed that way. They went back to duelist pack, and America kept the legendary duelist name. But with all of this, a chase card in a duelist pack along with Egyptian God Slam and Ancient Chant, I think these cards, God Card Support and Relics, they really seem cheap in price. So my suggestion, I think, as the volatile price of Winged Dragon of Ra bounces around thanks to Ghosts from the past coming and people getting more interest in Ghost Rare, really realizing that even scuffed, the Winged Dragon of Ra is kind of a banger comparatively to a lot of the bulk Ghost Rares of the past. You have the Mega Mobius, the Utopia, those kind of things. Used to be $3, now they're 50s. Well, relative, a first ed stamp on this guy, that's pretty wild when you break it down, even for a modern collectible, and it's starting to spike and get rolling buyouts. And I do think the Winged Dragon of Ra alternate art, Konami has this problem. They tend to just reprint arts into the ground. So for now, it's done nothing but go up. A lot of vendors interested in deep amounts of this, but Konami anytime could just make a nice looking secret rare of this card, and that's pretty scary. Who knows when down the road that could be, but usually they don't reprint duelist pack chase cards. For example, Silent Mommy over here has been hard carrying duelist pack rival of the Pharaoh, and this set has done nothing but go up despite not the most like crazy cards. That Dark Sanctuary used to be the money card in here, by the way, but despite its not really great pulls, this set has over time just gone up and out off the market. And I think Rage of Ra, with everything going for it, that could happen. But another weird thing to note, the EU had an unlimited wave of this, so they kind of poured extra product on something that was already struggling at first, making it stay even lower. But the unlimited Ghost Rares look very, very freaking clean. I think a first edition stamp is still going to be more valued on the cleaner copies, but this does bring up a conversation. Will people value these as more mint copies, or will that first edition stamp reign supreme? I kind of think it will. Just history proves that, but we'll see as we have the spread of information and actually comparisons, what people are going to feel. I still think First Ed's going to just be able to dominate. What do you guys think of everything going on with this set? It's been kind of a bumpy ride, a crazy show, but when I say long-term investment, I usually mean people are going to be pouring money, sitting on this like a mother hen, and people who went in that saw the bumpy start, a lot of people just threw it out the window, and now the people who held on, it's looking a lot nicer, isn't it? Blazing Vortex, our new core set. Everything seems to be going down except Pot of Prosperity. It's starting to hold the line well above 80. And you see Underworld Goddess really crashing down. Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 going down. So everything seems to be on a spiral except the chase card, and Starlight Trishula gaining some traction despite having its competition from the Ulti and DT. Only two cards really seem to be on their way up instead of down. I did think Armed Dragon level 10 would be able to hold above $8, but here we see it going even lower faster, which tells me that people are burning, turning, get it away from me. They don't want to deal with Blazing Vortex and every other secret that you could even try to hype. The Eldritch, Mad Golden Lord, down in price. Armed Dragon Flash, which the ultra rare won't be that easy to get, down in price. A lot of things going on here. Miradora, I just don't respect it as a hand trap. You might. down in price. It's a very common theme here. Even the penny stonks that people were saying, no, it's gonna stay up in price, like Kit, Psychic Arrays, or Laser, you can see they're starting to sell it here cheaper on TCG Player 2, where Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily was doing 80 cents before. That's why I said it seems like a good deal if you believe in it, but I think everything is just on a downward spiral except for a couple cards, and even some surpassing my expectations on where they're going. But speaking of stonks, because of this set, Artillery Catapult Turtle. Oh, Rise of the Duelist needs more rising prices, right? This got a buyout when the Armed Dragon stuff got announced, and it seems like another rolling buyout as we're finally here. People went kind of crazy on it, and listers are back on fast, or have very high listings early on. So I think this is a ridiculous kind of show, but hey, you can go ahead and do the level 5 Dragon Monster. Woo! Special summon it. I don't think that's necessarily meta or crazy, but it is just a sign of the times. Now, we are still approaching the Mega Tens 2021. I know that's a long way off, over towards, you know, August, but versus playing IRL and actually getting to use this bad boy and doing something at events, I guess people want their hands on it early, or some big brain table 500 people said, you know what? They're gonna need it, so we'll keep an eye on that one. But one good thing on the market for people out of Blazing Vortex is if you have a turtle, you have stonks. Talking about surprise stonks, Legendary Duelist Season 2 keeps going and going and going. Despite returning quantities on Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, it's now trying to stick around the $18 price. A lot of people eyeing Afterglow as well. It's had EU buyouts as far as I'm aware. And then stonks, Garden Rose Maiden, you see that market price of 6. Everything else trying to really hold the line or go up. It's kind of wild, and I do think with everything going on here with this set, there's a lot of things I'd still be grabbing while it's cheap and going in on, and it just seems like it's been one of the best surprises that Konami's actually put forward in terms of how it panned out versus other versions of its product failing. You have a Chase Dice, you have other good things going on, and one thing that I did miss, I believe it's in this section. This is where the dice are listed on TCG Player and people are putting them on. I completely missed that you could sell the dice on TCG Player, and that's where the people are putting them. Rescue Cat has some rolling bouts. Now, for the exciting stuff, the crazy things on market, Rescue Cat from Duelist Saga had a huge buyout, yet you have come in with motivated sellers not giving a pretty much dang, saying, yeah, I'll take these prices, and trying to put some on the market, although I don't suggest buying from certain buyers necessarily on here. Also, with the Turbo Pack Super, it has got bought out a little bit again and is up towards that $60 mark. I know I brought it up recently, but if you have Rescue Cat, it seems like you have decent money, and I don't know exactly what the run on it is this time. I respect the Tri-Brigade engine. Melfi's caused a lot of buyouts, but people going after this, kind of wild to see what kind of prices Rogue can make. Speaking of surprising prices, past formats, I covered when this was getting bought out, but I thought it would just return to the market. No, people triple down on a lot of the buyouts that they've been doing lately, and we see Mech Chaser Ultra 37 for the Legendary Collection ones. This is kind of a head scratcher to see people really have that much faith in something like that. I mean, the Tournament Pack version is very much so history. There's not a lot of holofoil versions of this, but boy, is that kind of crazy. Skullmeister getting rolling buyouts. Now, that's more to do with the metagame and things going on there. The Common actually surpassing the Super. Just buy yourself a freaking Super, but people going after the Common even just speaks to how people are looking at this format. Skullmeister, Gold Spell, how am I going to be playing? And of course, the Star Strike Blast version commonly falls down to 20 when it's not being played in a metagame. Sometimes rests at 28. It has gone sky high. Might be time to try to sell yours, listed at 50, see if you get a biter, because I think this price is just way freaking overhyped, but it's a pretty cool card. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, talking about springing up prices. I can't stop the puns, I'm sorry. But even the common of this has been going up, and you see very low listings on it. And then the gold rares have been going up. Everybody is grabbing Ash Blossom. Still a pretty decent hand trap to have, and despite guaranteed printings in Dual Devastator and starter decks, this shows why Konami shouldn't be scared to put Infinite Impermanence in some starter decks and spread the love around. But yeah, this staple continues to go up. I hope we see another reprint in a March reprint set or wherever you plan, Konami, because Apparently, we need even more of these. This is just freaking crazy. Now, how is the highest rarity? Last time I checked in, it was actually kind of undervalued, in my professional opinion. How is our first edition doing? Now towards 75. It does look like people made a little run on it, as all other versions have gone up, and that makes a lot of sense. Phantom Rage hasn't been doing the best for itself, but I did just want to point out, Alpha the Master of Bees, this is something I commonly cite in Zodiac. It does just feel undervalued, but so does Tornscale, and they stay low in price here, and they're still up for slate to potentially be in this year's Megatins, so kind of crazy to see the prices on it. But Fractal and Lulu have been hanging in there for sure in price in terms of the ultra rare and spreading some love. But yeah, people still just throwing this product out the window saying, take it from me. And finally, Harpys Feather Duster. Speaking of staples like Ash Blossom, the gold rare has been going up in price, and I have a little bit of suggestion if you don't like the gold rare, although I think it looks very, very nice. The original game promo secret rares crashed back down when it was reprinted, and they are still pretty cheap for what they are. They're around the $22 mark lowest, and then I think around the $25 mark when we're talking near mints. Here's one at 22. The $25 mark has quite a few under it. I think this is a pretty good pickup as it is if you don't want the gold version, but you're thinking about the regular secrets. I like game promos. Game promos have been getting a lot of people buying them lately, and this fits in as one of the most legendary ones. Now, there is a different version of the game promo where you have the World Championship version rather than the SDD, but the SDD is much cheaper, accessible, looks just as nice, prismatic secret rare, and it might be something to be thinking about getting, unless you're going crazy and getting the TFK, in which, good luck even finding one for a decent price under 2,000 at this point, it actually feels like. That being said, thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Trying not to talk your ear off, show you some things that have been moving, show you some things that have gone crazy, and while other things are going down like the core sets, there's a lot of movement on that market. Thank you to the Discord for helping me with these Market Watches, by the way. So much information in there. You can join it down below. The Market Watch section has been so much help lately in making things. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And I thought the layout would match my shirt today as well.